Okay, hi all. Uh, Today we will cover the instance part. Okay, my screen is visible, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's very well.
Yeah, it's visible.
So previous class we are set up the infrastructure. Okay, I mean created a VPC, create a subnet, create a route table. After creating VPC, we created the internet gateway and attached that internet gateway to this VPC. And for VPC, we given the name IP and same for the subnet. And after that, we associate subnet with the root table with the corresponding subnet. Okay. We can associate multiple subnet. Okay. For this case, I always associate with my single subnet. So after that, I add one more route. Here, one default route is there. Default route. And I add one more route. That route is public for public. Okay. I mean connected to internal gateway. So today we will deploy a virtual machine in our required subnet. Okay, this is public subnet. So deploy a virtual machine here. This is the EC2 dashboard and go to instance. Instance console where we can see our machines. Okay, here we can see our machines. I mean the running machine, stopped machine, all things we can see here. And this is a query. Okay, just for sorting the machines details here. So I'm just using the query instance statistical running. So if any machine running in here, I mean the instance running here, it will shows here. But here not machine running, just click for the default one. So you guys can see. So there is one machine here that is stopped condition. Got it. So that's why we can sort out the things from here. Like for example, we need to see the running missions. Running is equal to it's a state is equal to running. So it will show the running instance here. That's all. So I'm going to launch one machine. First, I need to give some name, server. And then next, second thing is we need to choose any operating system for running our server. Okay, running our server. So here I am using so many machines here. I'm just deploy the Amazon Linux machine. Okay. And under when we select any OS, for example, choose Mac or Linux. So these are called Amazon Machine Image. Okay, like it's called AMI. Got it. So I'm choosing Amazon Linux. This AMI, I mean it's a image. Okay, image of operating system. So under the name we can see this machine AMI ID. This is the machine AMI ID. Okay, this is called the AMI ID, and the machine is 64-bit into 86 architecture, and virtualization enabled through root device. Device type is EBS. EBS means, for example, coming to virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine is the same machine as a physical machine. Don't worry about that. And this machine have a memory, CPU, I mean RAM and CPU power, and the storage. Got it. I mean, how we can consider hard disk or SSD like that. The same way here we can see elastic block storage. Okay, that is called EBS. That is consider that is a storage device that attach to our machine. So here in case we can consider this is a SSD or HDD. Okay. So it also attached for the root device. Then scroll down. These are the things just elaborate here. And coming to instance type, this is the instance type we need to choose. Okay. For example, if we drop down, we can see a lot of configuration. This is nothing. This is a configuration of machine. For example, as per our needs, we will choose the corresponding machine. Okay. For example, we need to deploy a big size database to manage our database. We need to choose the corresponding one. Okay. Scroll down and choose the one. These instance types are called instance family. Okay. Here you, because several interviews they will ask, I mean, the interviewer asks to us that which are the instance family you are familiar, I mean, you are working with. So we can explain that I'm working with the T3 family. Okay, this is T3 family. In T3 family, so many configuration that called T3 nano, T3 micro, T3 small, T3 medium, T3 large. When we switch into next configuration, you can see in T3, there is two virtual CPU. Virtual CPUs means two core CPU. Okay, this is a minimal base system, and only 0.5, not a 1 GB RAM in this nano machine. Only half of RAM this machine have. And here we can see the running cost of the machine. Okay, you see per hour this machine need zero. I mean, this is 0 cent. Okay, not cent, 0.1 USD per hour for this machine, nano machine. And coming to micro, it's much higher version than nano. Okay, like this will increase. I mean, the machine's resources increases like CPU and RAM or thing. And this T3 micro is under free tier, so we can choose this machine for our entire lab.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, when suppose if we are facing the interview, we need to explain our projects. In that, when they ask us to what type of instances you have used, can we say that we have used T3 family, because in the real time they might have using powerful machines, right?
Yes, right. That's all up to this project requirement. Okay. That way I told you sometimes the requirement is to handle big size database or some big front end application that have lot of traffic. Okay. So as per the need, we will choose the corresponding machine from here. Got it.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I have one question. When I was deploying the machine, in my case, it was showing me instead of T3 micro, the free tier eligible option was showing me in front of the T2 micro. So I just select T2 micro and I just
yes. You can use T2 micro, no issue. No issue.
Sir,
Yeah. Previously,
can-
this is T2 micro, and nowadays it's changed. Provider will change that T3 micro. That's all. For some region, that's why here I can see this thing.
sir,
Yeah.
just a quick question to clear up any confusion that I have. Even though we're using virtual machines on the Amazon side, that is an actual physical machine. For us, it is virtual.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I explain you the availability zone and region. Okay. For example, here I am using Shackleholm and the region, Shackleholm region, and my availability zone is Shackleholm East EU North one. That's my region. Okay. So this is the region. Okay, region, that place where I am deploying my resources. Inside the region, there is different types of availability zone. So I'm choosing any available zone when deploying the machine. For example, in here, you just scroll down and edit. You see, go into a subnet, choose the subnet. There it is. Yeah, when I choosing the subnet, you can see different available zone here. Okay, the available zone EU North 1B, 1C. Okay, do you see?
Yes, I see them.
The two available zone you see. So the two available zone is called two different location. I consider this as a big building, okay, giant data center or giant server farm, okay. So inside this is the data center, I mean server farm, where the AWS provider keep their machine, okay. So we just go to a small area, okay. This is a single rack in there. I mean, inside the building, there is lot of racks, so many network things, so many things, okay. So we are going to a single rack, okay. So in a single rack, there is lot of server. This is server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4. So when we log into the corresponding region and they will allot any machine from here, okay. For example, now I am using remotely, this is the mission, okay. I am going to deploy this mission, that's all. These are physical mission for AWS. For us, this is virtual machine, that's all.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. So coming to instance type, there is different types of instance family, T3 family. Then after T3, we can see C5. This is another family, okay. C5, C5 large, C5 4 into large. And coming to C, you can see CPU is 2 and the memory is 4 GB. And 4x large, C5 4x large, we can see 16 virtual CPU there and 32 GB RAM. And we can choose accordingly, okay. Here 36 virtual CPU and 72 GB RAM for C5 9x large. C6, the C6i, and so many families there, G4, G4DN. So these are the families, okay. You guys can go through that to see what are the machines they offer for us. I mean, the provider. You see it for this machine, 128. Okay.
So actually, I have one question. As per the company requirement, so we have to choose this instance type.
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes we need to choose the machine. Okay. For example, there is a purpose. Okay, to choosing the machine. For example, we need to deploy a Jenkins. Okay. So go to Jenkins requirement page, we can see what are the things we need to ensure for choosing the machine. For example, Jenkins needs at least 2 GB RAM. So in that case, we need to choose accordingly. Here there is only 1 GB RAM. So this machine is not suitable for Jenkins. So I'm just going to 2 GB RAM. That is T3 dot small. Okay. So I will get 2 GB RAM for this machine.
I have one question.
Okay.
We are choosing only whatever the Amazon is providing. Can we customize our own instant, like our own like memory or like CPUs or
No, no, no.
OS is
Yes,
different?
for OS, we can upload our OS. There is an option in here, we can upload our own OS, and we converted that OS into the image format, and we can upload the thing here.
Can we increase the memory for whatever the OS we are choosing?
Yes, yes. For example, I am deploying this machine, okay, this Amazon machine with this requirement, I mean 1 GB RAM. That is called scaling, right? Scale out and scaling. We can done these things. For
Thank you.
example, we deploy a machine. Okay, this is our EC2 machine, and this machine have one virtual CPU. Virtual CPU is nothing. Okay, we just call virtual CPU. That's all. Virtual machine and virtual CPU will be CPU, and 1 GB RAM. 1 GB RAM. Okay, so we deployed the machine. In coming to scaling, okay, there is 2 types of scaling in. One is horizontal scaling and vertical. Okay, we discussed the scaling, right, before.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
discussed that.
now I got.
Okay, so here
What
we
is it?
need to add some more resources. I mean, we need to change one CPU to 2 and RAM 1 to 2. So that case, we need to stop the machine, okay, because we are choosing vertical scaling here. Got it? Just to stop the machine, and we go to the configuration page and add more resources. And again, we need to start the machine. Got it?
So when you say machine, you are referring to virtual machine, right? VM.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And this scenario, for example, this is a production environment machine or any web application, then that makes some issue because we need to stop this machine for some time to scale up. That's one of the problem when we choosing vertical scaling. Got it? And also on scaling, we discuss area like, again, it's clone the same entire thing to another one. We will get a same copy of the machine. So there is 2 machine, that's all. And here, not 2 machine, we got another powerful machine, CPU and 2 GB RAM. This is vertical and this is horizontal. When we choosing horizontal, we got 2 machine with the same configuration. And coming to vertical, we got a machine. Got the existing machine with the procured resources. So that's the thing. And now I'm choosing T3 micro. That's enough for my lab. And coming to key pair, okay. Key pair. Key pair is considered as a key, okay. For example, this is our home. And in our home, there is a key to get inside, right? So same way, this is our AWS account. And here in that VPC and subnet, and this is our virtual machine. This is our VM, okay. VM. So I'm a remote user, right? I'm using in AWS account in India, and my entire resources in Stockholm. So I need a key to access my virtual machine remotely, right? Remotely. So they provide the key, these types of things. The key pair. So the key pair is actually a encrypted data, okay, and we use that key pair to access our machine remotely. So here we can choose. These are my existing key pair, so I can choose anything, or you can choose. You go to create a key pair and give it a name. And this is the encrypting method. One is RSA and one is ED25519. And here we can choose 2 format. PEM is the normal one, and the PPK is for putty case. When we are using putty, then we can choose PPK, or else we can convert the PEM into PPK with putty gen, no issue. These are good, and choose a PEM, no issue, and create the PEM key. If you are using first time, okay. Here I have 2 keys, so I am choosing the test RCA, test PEM. And going to network settings, here we need to choose our VPC, subnet, all things, okay. And by default, this is the default one, I think. Yes, default. And my required VPC is VPC client that we created earlier. So I'm choosing my VPC. Then under the VPC, only one subnet, that's why here. And it's on, available zone is EU North 1A. Got it. So I'm choosing the subnet. And auto assign public IP. Ensure that if you need to access the machine remotely, so here we need to enable the thing. So that after launching this machine, the machine will got the public IP. And coming to firewall or security group, we didn't cover the thing, okay. That's all. For example, you can consider your machine or my laptop or the virtual machine, any machine, okay. Here I am choosing my server, okay. My server. Every computer or every server have ports, okay. You heard about ports? These ports are a logical ports, okay. Like it's logical, and every computer or server has a lot of ports, like 600 and 605,000, 65,000 and 500 something ports there. Not confirmed with ports. Yes, 65,535 ports in our machine, okay. 535. Got it. The port is nothing. it's a logical gateway. For example, these are like I need to access. For example, in my server, I deployed one application, web application. So web application uses some protocols. I mean, for example, we need to serve the web application. That web application uses the protocol called HTTP. HTTP protocol. Different types of protocols there are like SSH, HTTP, and HTTPS, SMTP. So many services, I mean, common services there. Each services have their own port, okay? Got it? Their own ports. For example, in our server, we need to expose, I mean, we need to deploy the web application, and we are choosing the HTTP protocol. And for HTTP protocol, okay, for example, I am the user, okay? This is my server, okay, in AWS. This is my server in AWS. And I deploy the application. This is my application. And set up all things, okay? This is a user, I mean the entire user, you and me, okay? So we are using remotely, and this is our phone. And this website name is abc.com. abc.com. When we are entering the abc.com, we will get, okay, we will get the content, right? I mean the application content. So it will go to the corresponding DNS and route to our machine, okay? I mean our last machine where the actual codes are belongs. I mean the application belongs. And we go to our machine. From here, okay, we just before the machine, okay, from here we need to get the content. So here we are using ports, okay. For HTTP, we are using port number 80. So that we are going to the port 80 and we can see the content. Got it? So we need to enable this port. By default in cloud, all ports are disabled. Okay, so many common ports are there for the common application, for example, database, web application, other application like Jenkins, SonarQube, Maven. So each service, each application have used different types of ports, okay? So as per our need, we need to enable that port in where? Here. In security group or firewall. Got it? So coming to firewall, we give it a name, okay, for security group. We can create a security group and attach, I mean, associate with our machine. And just using SSH and HTTP. This is nothing, this is for the group name. And also we can put that thing in our description. This is just not a mandatory thing. This is for just because in my account there is so many security group, and we can easily see the things with the name, okay, and go to there and add ports or remove ports, that thing. And by default here we can see SSH. SSH means we are remotely log in this machine, okay, using the protocol SSH. Got it? This is sequential connection with our local machine to the cloud machine. We are using SSH. And for SSH connection, we need some details of the machine. We need to install some SSH client in our local machine that is called putty. Okay, in putty, we need to install the putty in our local machine. And after, we need the virtual machine IP and PEM key to connect to our virtual machine. These two things are the prerequisite when we are using SSH remotely. So I need to enable the port. The SSH port number is 22. So in this machine, I am going to enable the port. Why we are by default we disable the port? Because every attack is happening through the ports. For example, if any attacker coming here and he will search which are the ports are open in our machine. For example, in any port like 2020 or 201 port is open, they will easily gain access through the port. Okay. So that we are disable all the ports. Not we are, the provider will disable by default. So yeah, this is the type. Okay, here we can see so many common protocols, and we can choose custom TCP. No issue. We can choose our own port. For example, we need to enable port 8080. We can choose custom port and type the port like this. Choose TCP, and here we can choose 80 or 80 or 900 or 9000. No issue. I am here using SSH. Okay. So by default, it's 22 port. And the source, this is a protocol of SSH, and this is a port of the service. And the source, who can access the machine through the SSH? That's we need to specify in the source type. For example, my IP. I am choosing my IP, then it will automatically fetch my internet IP and my internet IP, and only I can access this machine. For example, my manager needs to access, only my manager needs to access the machine. Then we can choose the custom and give the IP from my manager and put it here. Okay. For this, for example, we are deploying some web application. So anywhere and everyone will access our site. So that case, we choose anywhere. That's all. So by default, is going to 000. That means anyone can access the SSH. I mean my machine. And this is optional. No need to specify anything. And here we can add more ports. Okay. For example, I need to add the HTTP. Okay. So here we can add another port here. So I am not going through this way. I will show another way. Just remove. Now I am only with all. I only opened the port number 22 SSH only. And here we can. This is our EBS. Okay, Elastic Blob Storage. I mean the storage. Okay. So here we can add our storage machines of so many things. SSD, HDD, which storage type. And go with the default one. And we can launch instance. Launch instance. These are the common things we need to ensure when deploying a virtual machine in AWS. So this is my machine ID and machine is successfully initiated. So this is my server. It's running. Instance state is running. And here we can see the details, some basic details. The machine's type is T3 micro. And the status check is initializing. What is status check? Status check is this is our physical machine. This is a rack, okay? I mean, the data center. This is considered this is a data center, and this is our machine. Consider this is the machine we are configuring, okay? This is our server. So this is the status check, okay? There is two 2x2 check, I think. Yes. One is for the backend check. I mean the infrastructure, okay? Sorry, the hardware check. For example, this machine is connected to the network hardware. I mean, this is considered this is a machine, and this machine is connected to network, right? That's why we are connecting that machine and do the things. So, and the next thing is power. These two things these machines need, okay? And the hardware of the machine, I mean the storage, connectivity, so many things. So one of the check is related to these things, ensure that the network is good, power is good, and the hardware of the machine is good. Everything is checking when we deploying, okay? This is under initializing. That means it's under checking. And the next check is related to the OS level, okay? Operating system is good and the packages or everything is checking now. After, I think now we will good. Yeah, now we are good. There is 2x check is passed. So we can consider the hardware and the software of the virtual machine is good to move. That's all. Sometimes any failure here, for example, it's 1x2 or like that, we can assume that some issue with our machine in our data center. So sometimes we need to restart or reboot the machine and it will move, it will pass again 2x2 like that. And we got the public IP. This is the public IP. Yeah. And when we need to elaborate the details, we need to see, then click the instance. That's all, the instance ID, public IP address, private IP address, instance date is running. Host name is, this is host name. And going to monitoring, we can see the machine's status. I mean, the memory, CPU, machine heat, so many things we can see in the monitoring. Just to give the basic details in here. Yeah, going to detail. We can see the machine's details, machine OS, which key we are using. All things are seen in here. And I need to add one more port, okay? For that scenario, we need to go to our machine. I mean, this is my machine. Click the machine and go down, go to security. And you see, this is a security group we created, okay? That is SSH and HTTP. So click that security group. Yeah, this is the security group. Okay, security group of my EC2 machine. Got it. So the name is and all things, the corresponding VPC. Here we can see inbound route count to one is TCP. Yes, there is 2 TCP. Got it. So here in inbound we configure the thing. Okay, for example, this is my machine and which are the traffic coming from outside. That's called inbound. Okay, inbound. For example, this is a user need to access our server and see the content. So this is case a inbound to our server. That is called inbound connection. And outbound, there's inbound and outbound. Outbound means the server needs to talk with the other services. I mean the internet services. So for example, the servers need to update some packages and OS updation or application update or download some things. go through the outbound traffic, okay, from server to the internet. So here we can see the inbound rules and outbound rules. Inbound rules we need to ensure because that's one of the thing we need to ensure. That's why, because attackers are using this way, in the inbound way. And outbound rules, the machines by default outbound all traffic we need to enable, okay. We can choose any services, any no issue. And coming to inbound rule, we are the one who need to ensure the ports here. So edit inbound, we can edit after running the machine, no issue. I think this second one is by default. I just delete the thing. And here we can add more rules, okay. For example, in this scenario, we are deploying a web application, okay. So the web application needs HTTP or HTTPS. We are using now HTTP. So we need to enable the HTTP. Some protocols are listed here. So HTTP is also here. So we can just choose the HTTP. So the port number 80 is the default HTTP port, and it's automatically fetch, and the custom who can access the website. So I'm choosing everyone. So this is the port for, I mean the IP for everyone. That's all, just save rule. So any doubt regarding security group?
Sir,
Yeah.
in the first class, you know, when you deploy this machine, you didn't show that the SSH and this HTTP to adding security group. You know, so the same way how you showed in the first class, I deploy the machine. So now I can edit. Can I edit the this thing and add it?
Yes, that's why I'm showing this again, just to go to the machine. This is my, I mean, your case, you choose the machine and go down, go to security, and the security group here shown, okay, which security group we are using. Your case, there is some, I think you didn't name anything, so don't worry about it. Just to ST some like this ID. And here you just to go to inbound and ensure and edit the inbound rules and add rule.
Okay.
And choose the which one you need and choose that thing.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I have a question.
Okay.
When we are doing the changes like already created instance, do we need to stop the instance
No,
and
no,
do the
no,
change?
no, don't, because these are the logical things, okay. In actually these are the, yeah.
If we change storage, we have to stop and start.
Yes. Okay. And don't worry about start stop when changing the ports actually.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Is there any other way to learn more about the networking protocols?
Which one?
The networking protocols, HTTP, SMTP, everything. I mean, all the protocols.
We can cover, no issue, because when we are going each services, you will get idea, okay. For here, you know the what is SSH and what is HTTP, because in this lab, we are using these two type of services and the port. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So everything is fine for my network and machine. Now I need to go my machine and do the things. Just to connect. I am here now using the instant connect, okay. For example, we need to connect with our local machine to this machine. We can use CMD in our local machine. We can use CMD, command prompt, or PowerShell, or Visual Studio Code, or PuTTY. Not even the PuTTY, so many other client there like SCMP or like that.
Any VI editors?
Yeah, Vim.
So are you using mobile extreme?
Sorry.
Mobile extreme for
Yes, I'm not using. That's another way we need to connect with
Okay.
our virtual machine. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
mobile stream. Yes. So the two thing is we need to ensure the two thing. I mean the public IP and the PEM. Got it. Using these two things, we can use any client, okay, to connect our virtual machine. And here I am using browser shell that
Can I
provided
ask
by the
one question? So we created a key. That same key, let's say we created EC2 and I want to share it to my friend or colleague. Then I have to give him the key that I generated so that he can log in.
Sure, exactly. Just to consider you gave your home key to your friend and you can access my home. That's the scenario, same scenario. So you can using the key and you can open your home and stay there like that.
But both have to the same VCP, then only they can log in into that EC2, right?
Yes. So now we are logged in successfully in our machine. So this is my Amazon Linux machine. So this is the user, okay. By default, Amazon Linux user is EC2-user. And this is my host name, okay. Host name is here my public, not public IP, my private IP. This is my private IP and this is my public IP. So this is my host name is also my private IP. And we need to work here, okay. So some Linux administrative skills we need to done these types of labs. I mean, coming to DevOps also. So we are covering that Linux foundation to intermediate level. So you will get more idea. Anyone before worked in Linux? Anyone familiar with the Linux
Yes, sir.
commands?
Yes, I have worked with.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have some basic knowledge.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So some commands there too, so that we need to work with hands-on, okay. Otherwise, just wrote or write it anywhere. That's not make sense. We are working with the terminal, so we will get more idea about the the commands and so many things. So here I need to go to root user. So what's the command?
Sudo space su.
Yes, sudo space su.
Su.
So,
Yeah, su.
yes, so I am switching from this user. I mean, now I am in EC2 user. So this user to the root privilege. The root is what? The root is the
Administrator.
maximum privilege. We can do anything with the root user. Okay. So sometimes I need to change this thing. Okay. For example, I am using this server for HTTP or my web application. So for this, we can change the host name also. Okay. So how we change the host name?
We have it in the profile.
Okay. There is another command, host name, CTL. This is a command line tool to change the host name. And the host name CTL space host name. And we need to specify the host name. My app. Enter. Bin bash. To execute the thing, okay. Now you see, change. Root at my app. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Host name CTL, host name the name of the host. So it will change from default to our required one. And we need to update the packages of the machine. So this is a Red Hat based machine. I mean, we are using not APT, here using yum instead of APT. Got it? Yum update. If we are using Ubuntu machine, then we can use APT update. Nothing to add, it's completed. So what are the things we need to do for deploying an application? Because we are done with the machine and the network. Okay. So I have the machine, my server. So in my hand, there is some code, I mean my web application code, and I need to push that code into my server and expose the thing. That's my requirement. Server, this is my server. Yeah. Anyone know any idea to set up the scenario? I mean, web application. This is my application code. This is not in my machine, okay? And just this is a bare metal, and I install the OS, Amazon Linux, and it's clean machine. So my requirement is I need to deploy an application in this server. Any idea? What are the prerequisites? Anyone?
So I need to have an application running actually. There should be some application already running over there so that you can deploy that, right?
No. As of now, there is no applications in my server. The requirement is I need to set up all thing in my server, and I need to expose the application. So we need to set up so many things in between, right? So many prerequisites. Not so many, some prerequisites there.
For example, what type of application that we need to?
Yeah, that's web application.
So I think yum install we can use to install the application.
Yum install.
That service name.
I just elaborate the thing. I mean, this is my server. Okay. So here is my application code. This is the code. This is a sample code. Okay. Don't worry about this thing. And my requirement is a web application, HTTP web application, HTTP. So the first thing inside my server, I need to install what? Web server. Web server is what? To serve the web content or the web request, because here I am using the HTTP. So many requests there, right? I mean, so many people are requesting to access the web content. So the web server will do the rest of the thing. I mean, the accepting the request and giving the content to the users, right? So for deploying our application, we ensure that we at least we have a web server. After set up the web server, we will get the corresponding directory, okay? Directory. And inside the directory, we just copy our code. So the web server will know that the code is there and I need to expose that thing to the public. I mean, not public, to the requester who requests that content. So many web servers there, Apache. Nginx. Some common web servers are there, Tomcat. Commonly, we are using Nginx, okay, in coming to DevOps environment. And Apache also. So these are web server to serve the web content over HTTP or HTTPS protocol. For coming to Nginx, I mean, this is Apache and Nginx same. And Nginx have some more utility, like Nginx have its own load balancer, I mean software type load balancer. So that's why we are using Nginx for most of the case. Got it? It's nothing, it's a service, I mean, it's a software package to do the things, I mean to serving the contents and the related things. So now I am installing web server. If you are not in root, just go to the sudo. Now I am in root. Ensure that, okay, sudo yum install http d. HTTP D is it's a daemon for Apache. Okay, this is a Apache. Hit enter. So it will ask to download the things. I am putting yes and hit enter. Now I am installing the HTTP. I mean the web server. Okay, so using systemctl, there is another command, systemctl, another system level command line tool to ensure that our applications are running or not, and we need to see the status. We can start the service, we can start the service using systemctl command. Got it? So here I am using, this is a common command, okay, systemctl. After systemctl, we need to specify our required keyword. For example, the keywords are start, stop, enable, status. Okay. Here I need to see the status. Status of what? The deployed application. I mean the web server. HTTPD. HTTPD. And here we can see HTTPD service. This is Apache server. And it's loaded. And the active is inactive, dead. You see? So we need to start the service. So same command we can use, systemctl start, hit enter. Now it start. Again, we need to check the status. Now you can see HTTP server loaded and active is active and it's running. Got it? Just to break the command, like using control and reset. Okay. Now our web server is done. I mean, the Apache is done in our server. And the next thing is we need to copy the thing, okay, to the corresponding directory. the default directory of the web server is this is the directory, okay. www. This is the directory where our application, for example, here I am using the a HTML application. So under the HTML, there is a file called index.html. Got it. So what is index.html? Inside the index.html, the entire application code belongs, okay? How our applications look like, all codes are there. I mean, using the HTML code, okay? Any doubt? Anyone have any doubt?
So far,
So
no.
you mean to say, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's
Sorry,
me ask a
I
question.
I didn't get you.
Okay. So sir, you mean to say the application which we deploy that resides in index.html file, is it?
Yes.
And then I think we can even view the HTML, right? Through the root prompt.
Sorry, we need to view.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
since
yeah,
it
we
is present
can.
in index.html file, we can view it, right? Yeah.
Yes, we can view the file, no issue. We can using different command to view the file and no issue about that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And cd command we are using for change directory, right? Control L for clear the screen and cd for, yeah, first of all, ls, okay, to list the thing in our current directory. That's why we are using ls command. So nothing here. ls minus a for, yeah, some, hide content. These are the things in our directory. And we need to know which directory we are belongs to. That's why we are using pwd. So this is my directory, I mean current directory, home EC2 user. To list the all things, we can use ls-ltr. So nothing here. Then, yeah, we need to go cd etc. So I am going to this directory. Directory is nothing, it's like a folder, okay? In Windows, there's so many folders there. So each folder we are keeping the files. So in etc directory, all programs, for example, we are now downloading and set up the HTTPD. So it belongs to the etc directory. For example, in Windows, the program file, we install an application, then the all related things are in our program file, right? So that etc is where our applications data belongs. Using ls to see the things here, we can see what are the things here. NBC. And you see the HTTPD. We install the thing, right? Just cd httpd ls. And these are the related files. I mean, for example, sometimes we need to configure the web server thing. So we are coming here and use the thing. I mean, which, for example, log, then we can go to the log and enable the things. So many things that up to the requirement. Okay. So now I am just to go back cd double dot cd space double dot to go back to the previous directory. Okay. Up arrow we can use for the previous command. We can choose using the up arrow. Then cd ls cd home ls. Yes, again cd ec2 user ec2 hyphen user. Now I am back. Okay. This way we are moving and shifting to another directory and verify what are the things we are installed and everything is fine. So these are the commands. Okay. When you are deploying your machine, you just go through the common commands. I will share the common commands in our view. Got it? You follow me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Yes, sir.
way, yeah, this way we are doing the things actually. So the next thing is we need to deploy our application. So here I am using a sample application, and where is my application? Yeah, we can use the echo. Okay. Back. And here, this is a directory, okay, var www.html, where our application code belongs. In here, after the HTML, we are now different folder, like after var, then we are in www, then we are in HTML. That's why we are now in this HTML path. I mean the directory, and in that directory, nothing here. So here we need to copy the thing. Okay, I mean our code. Using echo, we can copy the thing. Okay, right. Okay, now what I think I am doing here is, this is my code. Okay, HTML code. I'm just doing with a single line because, for example, we can, in real scenario, we need to copy the entire code to this directory. Okay, got it? now I am using a single command to expose a single content like welcome to Guru School. I am using the HTML command. Okay, this is HTML opening and this is header. Okay, H1 is my head size. I mean this size, and after H1 close and HTML also close. And echo means to show the content. Okay, that's command. We are using echo. We are using echo for show this command to where. This is the thing to where. Okay, to index.html. We here what are after this command, what will happen here is the echo command will create a index.html, then it's exposed to this content. Welcome to the school. I made some mistake. Remove and again remove the thing. Okay, index.html because I am not in the correct directory. Index.html. Now it's gone. Then I am again going to the correct directory where our HTML content, I mean index is belongs. Okay, index is belong in HTML. Now I am in www.cd HTML. Now I am in HTML. Then good to copy the thing. Copy and change the content. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Come to now I can tell us, yes, my content is here. And some questions before, how can we show our content, right? To show, we can use the cat. ls, first I need to do the ls. And we can see what are the content inside the index.html. We can use cat command, cat, the file name, index. This is a file, okay? Index.html is a file, not a directory or anything. You see, the thing here is, this is our full code, okay? Enter code, we can see in this cat command. So I need to restart the service actually. Restart using systemctl system. CTL restart. Which service? HTTPD. That's my web server. Okay. Yeah. Now I think good to move to see my content. Just to copy the public IP. Sorry.
One small question. Is the HTTP daemon that
Your voice is too low.
I'm increasing one. The HTTP daemon that you use, will it work for all type of web servers or just only for Apache?
This is for Apache actually. This is for AWS. We are using AWS Linux, so this is the package for Apache. If you are using Ubuntu, then we are going to download the entire Apache 2 instead of HTTPD.
Okay.
And just to copy the IP and paste it here. And we need to specify the port also, port number 80. Yes, it's done. You see? You can see the screen, right?
Sorry, Sam, you got this IP address and then you put a browser, is it?
Yes, with the port number, okay. Mention the port number. I am using the IP, you can see after IP double dot then 80 because I am using HTTP port, right? So we need to mention the port as well. So hit enter.
One small where did we configure this?
Your voice is breaking.
Where did we configure this IP 13.49.223.104? Did we specify? We added additional.
That's our public IP. We configure all things when we creating. You know that when creating EC2, I mean the instance, we need to enable the public IP and all related things. After we will get the thing right. Go back our machine. Like
Gave a public IP for.
Yeah, this is my
I
public
get
IP.
it.
Got it.
So the instance itself randomly created and gave us, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if I do a IP config or ping, it will show same thing, right? In the instance variable.
Yes. You can see. You mean if config, right?
Correct. IP config.
Yeah, if config is done, you see. Where it is. This is the private IP.
Okay. In Windows, we use IP config. Do we have something like that?
In Windows IP config and Linux, yeah, you config /r. Don't worry, you can see our public IP and private IP in below. You see, when we are using browser shell, this is my public IP, and this is my machine's private IP. Got it?
Sir, could you please share the Linux commands,
Sure.
which are frequently used in the
Yeah, I will share. And I will share the task as well. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So now I am logging to my machine using Visual Studio Code or PowerShell. Okay. Just open this way we are logging remotely. Just open any command line tool or putty or mobile stream or anything. But for your information, we are mostly using Visual Studio Code. Okay. I'm just using a terminal, that's all. And this is a command, okay, where we just edit the thing. I am using SSC command, okay. And my machine name is, my username is EC2 user, EC2-user. Then @ then what's my IP, my public IP? This is my public IP. Copy back, and after that we need to specify the IP, and we need to specify the username as well. I need to verify which key I am using for this machine. So scroll down. I am using test key, okay. So the test key is in this directory. In my local machine, C user downloads, there is the test, okay. Test.pem. Pem is the format. Test.pem. I think now I have specified two things, right? The first thing is the public IP, And the next thing is my PEM key. Got it. So hit enter. Yes or no? Yes. Denied. EC2 user at IP. User test.com.
So it works almost like putty. Visual Studio Code. I never used it.
Sorry.
Looks like this works exactly like putty. Visual Studio Code terminal also works like putty.
Both are we can use. Both communication is same. That's all. Here different PEM key, like which one is test 1, test 3. Just test 3. I didn't your question correctly.
No, I was always using Visual Studio Code Java, C# or Angular code, but I just realized I can use it like putty. Thank you.
Yeah, we can use putty as well, no issue. Both are different way of communicating our machine, okay? I am using the command line, okay, instead of putty, that's all. For example, the same way I can use in PowerShell, in CMD, and even the putty. Got it. If we are using putty, then we will get a terminal. That's all. Coming session, I will show you some putty level other machines like mobile stream and so many clients there to connecting our machine. Test. Just rename the test. Rename test.com. My PEM is missing. That's the reason. That test PEM. Okay. Here the test for name is changing here. That's why the authentication is not done. Leave it. Yeah, I will show you with creating a new. Next time we will create a new PEM instead of the test. I forgot the test, I think. That's not in my local machine with the correct name. Okay. So yeah, this is the content. And for example, we need to change the content. Okay, what will we do? Just to go to our machine and edit the where here index.html, just edit the thing using any, there is some command, I mean some code editor inside our terminal. One is nano and one is vim. For now I am using nano index.html. Just click. Here we can see our content. Okay. So I am editing the content. Welcome to change the theme. Hi all. And just read and exit. Control X, Y, and hit enter. And again, I'm just restart the service. Okay. Now I am going back to the server and reload.
Can you show how you use?
Sorry?
How did you save after you edit it in what command you use? Can you show it again?
Yeah, I will share the command and I will send you one task regarding this. Okay. I planned before sending some task, but it will make you all confused. That's why I'm waiting for today. Now I am using the Nano editor. Okay. Some editor there. One is Nano editor and one is Vim editor. Editor means here one of the example. For example, we need to edit the index.html file. Okay, this is a file. So my requirement is I need to edit. So in this terminal, this is in terminal, right? Terminal, there is two types of editor. One is Nano and one is Vim. So both are different types of editor. We can use the editor like Nano. After Nano, we need to specify the file. For example, here different type of file, we need to mention the correct file, index.html. So we will get a command line, I mean the editor page. This is our editor page. And here we can see the content inside the file and we need to customize the file or delete the file or alter the file, all things. And after customization, we need to save the file and exit from this editor to our previous terminal. So for Nano, we are using for read, write and exit, Control X. Then it will show yes or no, then type yes and hit enter. Then we will back to our terminal. And same way we can use the Vim editor. Okay. So that is vi space this file name index.html hit enter. So it will another type of editor, but same thing, you know. Here if you need to edit anything inside the thing, for example, hi all. So here when comparing to Vim and Nano, Nano is much easier. For here we need to add anything or edit anything, we need to insert command. Like is first we come here, then yeah, using the I command in the keyboard. Okay, I. Then you can see now we are in insert mode. So if we are in insert mode, we can add anything inside, I mean in the code. Okay, for example, hi all, welcome to DevOps. Okay, so now I am in Vim and I am add some more command in my content using what insert command. Now we are in insert, right? You can see here down insert. So after I am putting the I, then I am in insert mode. Then I need to exit from the insert. So using the escape key, okay, escape key. Now the insert is vanished, and then shift plus double dot. You see down, double colon. You see, and read and write. Write and quit. W Q and enter. Got it? Any confused? And just restart HTTPD. And refresh. Any doubt regarding the text editor? Two types of text editor, one is Nano and one is Vim. As per our needs, we can choose any text editor. The professional text editor is Vim editor, and for a startup guy, we can use Nano. It's much easier when comparing to Vim. That's all. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay. Then
Yeah, I have a question.
okay.
So, how much lines of code does the server support. Suppose if you are writing like 300 or 400 lines of content, so
No
will
issue.
the server
We
support?
can, no, we can, that's not a problem because it all are test files, right? So
Mhm.
it doesn't make any storage space or anything issue. You can just go to the chat GPT. No. Write me website. Using HTML and the content is welcome to Guru School. It's shown middle of my screen in unique way. This is a small size. Just copy, go back, and again I am using nano index.html. Removing all, okay, and paste the entire code from GPT. Okay, then I am save and exit. Why? At enter. Just refresh the page. I mean, restart the service and go back. You see, now it's in center, right?
Yeah.
So this way we can copy the full code. I mean, no worry about the 400 lines or 1000 lines. We can copy the things here, no issue. Because all are, you know, the text files. And for a coming to the full-fledged website, we need to specify the link, I mean the source, the JPEG, so many things are there. So we keep some folders for that scenario. I mean, for that, you see here only the index.html file. Okay. So we are deploying a full size. I mean, if A to Z website, okay. I mean, in that website, so many things like here we are using only HTTP language. For a better website, we are using different languages like CSS, PHP, JavaScript. So integrating all these languages, we will get a better website. So that scenario, we will keep some folders and files in the directory. Okay. So that is another way of deploying a full-fledged website. This is a simple demonstration. That's all. Coming class, you will get more idea how we do the things with the help of the repositories. I mean, GitHub, like that.
Sir, can I
Uh,
request you something?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, sir, like if you can please upload the recording of the previous class and today's class a little sooner, then we can just go through it in the weekend.
Yeah, sure. Both are will share soon, actually. So the previous one is under uploading, I think, because some other guys are uploading these things, so they will face some issues with the laptop. Yesterday, that's why it's it didn't send. I couldn't send that recording for the third class, right? I mean the previous class.
Yeah, previous class and today's class.
Today's class is done. After this section, I will record. I mean, send the things and send to the
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I think
Thank you,
the time's up, right? 8:40. I think think they're 11 or after 11, right?
Yeah, it's 11:12 actually. Yeah, 11:12 p.m.
So we can wind up, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yeah, proceed.
So, as a DevOps engineer, do we really need to like worry about the coding part or just the deploying servers and other stuff?
Not worry
I
about
mean,
the coding parts. Yeah, got the question. And we need to ensure, for example, cat index.html. For example, cat here. Okay, for example, here you know which language we are using for the entire code. HTML, right?
yeah.
So this much knowledge we need to know. For example, if the team, I mean the development team will send the code, okay, for that case we need to ensure that is which language they are using for write the code. So the reason is sometimes we need to add the dependency files and related things, libraries. Got it? For example, if the developer using HTML language to deploy, I mean write the code, then we are the guy who manage the thing to the infrastructure, right? So we need to ensure what are the prerequisites to fulfill the task. So at least we have some knowledge to view the code and what are the languages they are using. That much knowledge is better enough. Not a writing skill or anything. Got it? And we are not write anything or change anything. The development team will handle that part.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. And if you gives any other doubt or concern, otherwise we can wind up.
Yeah, you can manage. And the two things, sir, please don't forget to share this.
Videos.
No, don't worry, because this is one of the main thing before we start the section from the managerial level to record the section, each section.
And as well as task also. You said you
yes,
give some
today
task, right?
I will give you some tasks. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Really good.
Yeah. Okay. This is the base part actually. Sample deployment. This is this way we are deploying the application in traditional way. Just buying server and configure the web server and deploy the application. And we need to manage the traffic as well. So using some load balancer as well in between, in front of the servers. So coming to the load balance section, I will show you how the traffic will route. We are using different machines, and for a demo purpose, we deploy different applications. So you will get idea. When we are manually down any machine, then the traffic will route to the next mission. So that will cover in the load balance section. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then shall we wind up?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.